Hello friends and fellow Monkeyology enthusiasts, we're back with the next part of our playthrough of The Secret of Monkey Island. We are playing the EGA version through ScummVM. This is 16 color. I do have it set to use the MT32 sounds if anybody's asking and didn't notice when it was brought up in earlier parts of the previous playthroughs. We're going to jump straight into it, so let's get to the game. Thanks for joining us. Let's check it out. And I thought CMI Guybrush and his aversion to porcelain was a fun little throwback to this moment, right? He always seems like, why does he hate porcelain and all that? And it seems like people... porcelain hypnotized quarrelsome rhinoceros. The other day, I was playing through this and just reading this out. Push red button, because I always do. No, not that. Walk to. And my wife just looking at me like, are you crazy? Like, what are you talking about? Wow, so bad. Why is that so bad right now? Okay, I'm gonna have to deal with that. The ink's leaching out. Sorry, I got distracted by my tattoos too. I have to figure that out here soon. Pick up manual of style. I need this. I'll need this. I'll need this. Pick up wax lips. Gophers. Pick up gopher repellent. Use gopher repellent with gopher. Use gopher repellent with another gopher. Use gopher repellent with gopher horde. Use gopher repellent with funny little man. Look at fabulous idol. It's beautiful. Open. Lock. I can't open. Uh-oh. Pick up. Heavy chair. Use heavy chair with sheriff. Smack. That should hold him for a while. I mean, that is an impressive feat of strength. That he managed to pick up this heavy chair, hold it in his inventory for a second, and then drop it on top of a sheriff that essentially physically manhandles him later on in the game. So, you know. We need to go get a file. But first we'll have to get those mints. Thankfully, we talked to Otis briefly for a second there, so I should be able to just go to the shopkeeper. I think the meat of this game is gathering the insults for insult sword fighting. I think the rest of it goes pretty quick. Yeah, I know. I wasted your time. I'm sorry, sir. You'll be more than willing to over and over and over again. You're telling me. Probably. What do you want? You know what? Go for a walk. For no particular reason other than the fact that I don't know. He's not a very likable gentleman. So he can just let go. Although I do feel bad, I'm essentially making him pester Carla over and over again. Not super bad, or I'd stop, but the breath mints. Um, I will mirror something that was said on the monkey chat there the other day. I didn't really buy the Otis voice in in this game, or specifically in Escape from Monkey Island, where he started being that voice. Um, just didn't feel right to me. Um, it wasn't bad. I think that the person did a good characterization within what he chose to do. Um, because I have myself said that, oh, monkeys, monkeys, it's full of the monkeys and all that. Um, I do think that it didn't feel. Didn't feel. Do you have a file? If I had a file, do you think I'd be in here? No time for software updates. My apologies. Wow, that's a lot. That's too much. Sorry, guys. All right, but I do have this handy dandy gopher repellent. You want something to get rid of rats? Well, I mean that's a logical, solution to that. Unless the repellent in it is something pheromone based, and in which case it likely wouldn't be relevant in any way, shape, or form. It'd have no bearing to the different. But hey, why not open this cake? Pardon me. Yeah, drink it. All right, guys. So what I think we're gonna do is we'll do this part and go through the oh so cute Elaine and Guybrush love scene, and then probably call it a day for today, as I will be having a big pile of children come home any minute now, and I don't like to just leave my wife to take care of it. That's not cool. I am a very active dad. So, walk to keep you. I've got the file. Let's do this. Crash. Crash. Use manual style with shredder. Give stylish confetti The heavy arm clown. I never really stop and look at all this extra inventory dump that we get. I should have looked at the manual of style and seen the messages from it. I also haven't done a single save because I don't often save in a secret playthrough, so pick up fabulous idol. The amount of force it would take to be thrown through stained glass windows, like that far through them in particular. It's not hard to break glass, but glass with lead crisscrossing it. So, you poison the government's pet poodles. I love that Bowen, in his Fester delivery, just sounds like Dr. Silverman from Terminator, his other main role that people might know him from. Just sounds like he's being Dr. Silverman. And then he throws on his, pirate voice, and then all of a sudden it's you are LeChuck, sir. And it's hard to accept anybody else but Bowen as LeChuck. The first voice that they had for Tales of the Monkey Island did an alright job of it, but he wasn't Bowen, and everybody noticed it. For the indie playthrough, it belongs in a museum. Ha! What's going on here? I got this hoodlum making off with your idol, Governor. He says it belongs in a museum. It does. What? He says, what? You know what I just went through? I had a heavy chair stuck on me for 3 days. 3 days. You don't know that I'm a ghost in a skin suit. I needed to eat as far as you're concerned. You know? I think you just mentioned something that I'm going to notice every single time from now on. And it's going to bug me. Gosh. Relax, Mr. Threepwood. I know why you're here. Believe me, you're not the first who's tried. Although I have to admit, not many. Jeepers. Tell me, Guybrush, why do you want to be a pirate? Your face, you don't look like one. Your face looks too sweet. And now I cannot talk. We could go Blift, Griffled, Hermagod. That's it, Hermagod. This is the closest one to an actual word, because you can pronounce that as Hermagod. Reelfoot, Rolledfoot. I'm gonna do Hermagod. It's the closest to a word, I think. Does anybody else manage to phonetically make this to words in their head? That's all I got. Oh my god. Oh, look. Yeah, that one they showed of Elaine that looked very, very like we had spoken. It looked like a Sierra close up, like a Sierra. Well, for me, it did, and maybe it's the black hair that they used because they used it. She looked like Passionate Patty. can see where where maybe he was drawing some flickery light candles, just because we were talking about it earlier. Um, you can see where maybe he had done gotten inspired by. Um, Hello, Fester. I'm going to go ahead and put a save though while we're underwater. I don't know that I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing for 10 minutes of the stream to let it die. But we could always come back to that in the future. Maybe, who knows, end of the play or something like that when we're unloading. Um, Excuse me, Mr. Shinetop, you're blocking the doorway. You know it's not too late for us to make up and be friends. You are not a legitimate person. Buzz off, Fester. There's been a lot of CRA scams going on lately. Nice. I've never noticed that that what he says is randomized there. Troublemaking days on Melon Island are over. My plans with the far too important and much too near completion. Yeah, saying sheep could all over and over again is a bit much. I want to know, like, because obviously Thimbleweed is, from the 3 foot thing. Does does one of the characters refer to him as Thimbleweed at one point? Like, and I feel like yes, and which character does? I walk to rusty knife. Can't reach that. Can't reach anything. I mean, such an obvious solution to the puzzle. I'm gonna put this save here, or maybe I save here and use the fast command or something. Control Alt G and just make it go crazy fast, and then just kill Guybrush and then reload. I might have to close the whole thing out because the those settings often are hard to turn off. Don't often turn off well. Let's try. Nothing moved. Is it moving? Okay, R2. Well, let's actually get the proper command for that then. Options. Oh, one key map. I do one thing I do appreciate about ScumVM's implementation is the ability to add some key maps. Now, in later games, I often will set the skip line part to my third button, the click wheel on my mouse. Makes it very, very handy, but that's not what we're trying to do. Cancel. Let's go to help because that will have my list of what will be. Control G, running really fast mode. Control F and Control G are not recommended because they may cause crashes or incorrect game behavior. So we're gonna. I saved as is, so I mean, if I have to close out ScumVM to get rid of the effects and bring it back up, that's no big deal. Let's go ahead and kill Guybrush then, I guess. Goes. But we're gonna do it fast. Control G. Oh, wow, that's too fast. We missed the little dialogue part, but as you can see, Guybrushes is not doing well. It's like, I don't know how much longer I can take this. Like, he's on the verge of death. He's blue. Here we go. Okay. Getting a little dark out there. Oh, yeah, no. Guybrush, you looked better, but you're good though, right? He's good. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, I managed to do it so I was like way off to the edge too. That's sweet. Poor Guybrush. Note. Bob. Instead, decompose. Order handbook. Yay. Okay. So, load. All right. I just want the dialogue. Hey, Nick, I just committed a felony. Did it involve that big knife you've got there? Yeah. What should I do with it? Get rid of it. I'll throw it in the water. It's like right there. It's perfect. No, don't do that. Shut up, Nick. Why not? I need to ditch it. Yeah. It might wash up somewhere. It's not going to, Nick. I'm going to use it. What do I care? My prints won't be on it. I'm throwing it in. See, Nick doesn't know shit. Nah, I might need it. See you. See you. That part just reminds me of the aliens in Zack. All right, let's go have the most unlikely love scene of all time. I don't know. They're greasy. They don't really get wet. Often prints are like if something's stationary, the water's still moving, so it could eventually, yes, wash them off or at least deteriorate them to a point where they wouldn't. But again, these guys don't have fingerprinting capability anyway. It would be relevant. Damn. Pirates with vending machines. No, I came down here to save your life. I don't put on my fancy pink shirt and everything. The only shirt she wears. You came down here to rescue me. She upgrades to a black vest. There's not a huge difference between the Monkey Island 1 and 2 sprites for Elaine. Well, it doesn't seem like. No, I'm probably wrong about the black vest. No. Yeah. Oh, Governor. Oh, Threepwood. Oh, Elaine. Love muffin. Sugar boots. Honey pumpkin. Plunder bunny. Kiss me. No, we mustn't. What? Not here, where everyone can see us. Why, are you ashamed of me? I do as well, because it seems a little bit closer and less, I don't know, the whole skinny fluff. But I will say the costume that they used was not applicable to Elaine. Like, it is not her clothes. So, in the background here, you can probably see some of these various paintings. We had a local artist who didn't really know the source material do a commission and make these, and she did a great job with LeChuck. Ghost Pirate, that's when she looked up reference for Elaine, she ended up finding what she found was the SE2 version, right? So it's not a bad painting, but I don't see Elaine when I look at that, right? And this was her interpretation of the costume that she was wearing there, which, of course, could be executed a little bit different. It was, but But I remember when we saw the footage, when they announced the... Very much, yes. You can see the Guybrush up there. He's got the... Well, can you see it up there? No, you can't. Let's see. He has his trusty pirate jacket, but as you can see, he's a little bit too cool. And that's why I meant they didn't really have the context from the games to know about the characters, right? So Guybrushes is a little bit too cool and square of jaw, but the LeChuck is great. I'll grab that one next, since that's what I'm doing now, and I'm about to wrap up our stream for the day anyway. It's our home and I can hear them now. And this is the LeChuck, and I think this is where, yeah, the like I said, the Guybrushes used too cool. This LeChuck though, I quite enjoy. This one I think she nailed, without really knowing much about the characters and the story. I think that one did quite well. Yeah, I agree. I love them because my wife actually paid a fair amount to this artist for them. But I am often the first to point out that Guybrush doesn't have the feeling of Guybrush. That Elaine is at least in a less recognizable costume, and but the LeChuck, I dig that much. All right. So, well, we actually made it pretty much to about 2 hours worth of stream before I had to call it. So on our next one, we'll dive right into insult sword fighting, and we'll probably end up wrapping the game more than likely. Absolutely save here. All right. Used to get the song stuck in my head all the time. All right, guys. So we're gonna call it for today. Thank you very much for joining me again. Always fun going through the facts and the theories and just like all the various stuff that we've learned over the years. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. We'll be back at it on Thursday if all goes to plan. And yeah, we'll jump straight into insult sword fighting, gathering our crew and ship, jumping to Monkey Island, and then yeah, probably finishing the game because the game isn't super long from that point. So, all right, guys, have a great one. Thanks again. This is GloKidd's Adventures. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to click like and subscribe. And we will catch you next time.